Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I'm Sandman99.
and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition with Winterfrost.
Yes. And in the last episode, we basically just made a trip to Whiterun because we needed to make some preparations before heading north to Winterhold so that we could start scouring the coast looking for the next secret hideout, I guess, or
Indeed.
whatever it might be, for Tamara, the vampire mad scientist.
Yep.
And in the meantime, I actually, off camera, I went out and I picked every flower in Whiterun and all that kind of stuff too.
Yep.
So I got that out of the way, and I managed to scratch that particular itch. But I also installed a new mod. And if it works out, and so far it has been working pretty well, basically what I'll do is I'll post it in our community comments section so that people will know what it is. It's actually been around for about 6 years, but it didn't really get a lot of attention. But in one of my side playthroughs, I accidentally fell in the river over by Winterhold, and I almost completely froze to death in the matter of seconds, right, from falling in the water. And so I started looking in the Nexus for a mod to fix that, and I found one. And basically what it does is it basically allows you to make either one of two items, okay? One is a spell tome called Ignore Cold, okay?
Yep.
And what it does is it gives you a spell-like power, and as you can see, I need a Grand Soul Gem and 5 rolls of paper. And what it does is it gives you a spell-like power that's a permanent ability, gives you a plus 100 to your warmth rating, and it also greatly reduces the amount of damage that you take from swimming in cold climates like near Winterhold.
Oh, okay.
Or off the north coast of Skyrim, that kind of thing, because the way that the survival thing was set up, basically you would freeze to death so quickly that you can't even swim out to explore some of the wrecked ships and stuff like that are or even swim out to some of the islands where there are encounter areas.
Even
right?
as far south as Windhelm, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, for example, I think in one of your other games that you were playing, you actually got a quest to slay some bandits.
Yeah.
Over on a ship.
Yeah, I can show on the map where that is, actually. It's not marked right here, but basically the shipwreck that's out here, that's sitting more or less on this little tiny spot of an ice floe, right, just off of this larger island.
Yep.
Well, if you get the, say, if you talk to one of the innkeepers here and ask if there's any work or that kind of thing, and if you have, like, that's how I came up with this, right? Go and kill the bandit leader at I think this shipwreck is called the Winter War. And in order to approach that, as you can see, you have to swim a similar distance to how far across the river is here at Windhelm. And under normal circumstances with survival, if you try to swim the river here, you'll freeze to death before you get halfway across.
Yep.
Right? So basically, if no matter what direction you approach this from, there's no way that you can get there without actually, like, literally freezing to death.
Yep.
Right? Your health bar dissipates so quickly that you would die before you could actually get out of the water over here.
Yep.
So what I did was, of course, I found that one of the things is that spell-like power. The other thing is a thing called, if you prefer, there it is, Ring of the Snow Elves, which basically does the same thing except that it's tied to a ring.
Yep.
So if you put the ring on, you get all the benefits, right? And if you take the ring off, of course, then you lose all the benefits. So it really depends on how you want to go about this. But in order to make the ring, you need a Grand Soul Gem and a gold ingot and a diamond.
And diamonds aren't all that common.
Yeah, diamonds aren't all that easy to come by. Whereas this thing here, a Grand Soul Gem, is basically the same. And rolls of paper and leather are actually very easy to come by.
Yep.
So when I've been testing this, I haven't actually made the ring yet, but I'm assuming that the ring will work just fine. But I have used the spell-like power, and I've tested it with characters, both vampires and not vampires. And characters that are not vampires, if you jump in some water, like for instance the river at, right at the bridge where Windhelm is, you'll still take some cold damage, a little more quickly than you would from the normal environment outside.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as severe. Like, you can actually stay in the water for a couple of minutes.
Yep.
As far as I can tell, and you won't actually, die from being in the water. And, of course, it does also give you the benefit of the plus 100 buff to your warmth rating, which makes you more resistant to cold in general anyway.
Yeah.
However, vampire characters are basically completely immune to environmental cold. However, I did spend considerable amount of time in the river at Winterhold again with a vampire character, and I did eventually start to get chilly, but it was very, very slow.
Yeah.
Right? So vampires are virtually immune to cold with that mod activated, and with your either the spell effect or the ring equipped, they're virtually immune to cold. But they will still suffer some damage if you stay exposed to it long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anyway, we're going to try and get a charged soul gem, so we'll see if Farengar has one for sale here. Yes, he does. So we're going to buy it. And then, I don't know, I don't think I really have anything. Well, I guess I could sell these scrolls back to him.
Yeah, you might as well. He's got the money to take him anyways.
Yeah, well, that way I don't end up without a whole bunch of cash too, right? So, anyway, now I've got my, Grand Soul Gem, so now all I need is 5 pieces of paper.
You should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
And I think I took all the paper out of here and basically rolled joints with it already. So. But that's okay, because I can actually make paper. So we'll head out here. It's getting toward morning, but that's okay.
I was going to do some spell work, but I smoked my supply.
Yeah, well, what can you do? At the time when I was doing that, I hadn't even thought about this mod yet. I just found it really annoying that, like the survival mod, which for the most part I like, that had that one annoying aspect where it really limited your ability to explore some areas of the map, right?
Yep.
And so I just felt that this kind of balances it a little bit more, because I think that it created it is a bit of an imbalance. And the fact is that the fact that polar bear clubs exist all over the world, I can take that firewood. Polar bear clubs exist all over the world, and the fact that they exist basically kind of says something about how this particular aspect of the survival mod might not be really truly correct.
Yep.
Because if people froze to death that quickly from being exposed to water in cold temperatures, well, then nobody would chop a hole in the ice and then jump in, no matter how crazy they might be.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, we'll make some paper. It takes 2 pieces of firewood to make a roll of paper. So I just whipped my portable pulp mill out of my pocket, and away I go. I mean, the fact that the only pulp mill I've ever seen covered like a couple of square miles, but
well,
that's okay. Anyway, now if we go, we don't even have to go to a special altar or anything like that. We can just go. Well, we'll go back up there.
Do you need one more piece of paper, or do you have...
Yeah, you're right. I think I might need one more piece of paper, but there's no wood chopping block up there, so I've got to go over here to cut some wood anyway. Oh, we'll pick that flower. I missed that one.
That's okay. You need your wood for your camping mod anyways.
Yeah.
Want to hear a little Nord wisdom? You don't really
Yeah,
know
because it's still nice to be able to, oh, I missed a few. Get out of the way.
Nope, he's saying no more flower picking.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? Get out of the way.
It's a game changer, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. I love that.
Well, you get to use it again.
Yeah. It actually works if you want to access a workstation too. If somebody else is using it,
Yeah.
you can push them and knock them down, and then you can just go and use the thing, right?
Oh, okay.
So if I need to make one more piece of paper, well, then that'll use up 2 of these, and then I'll still have enough firewood to build my camp.
Yep.
Although I'm not sure if I built it. I think I have built a tent already, right?
Yeah, I think you
The
did.
problem
yeah.
is that in order to be able to set up the tent, you have to have 3 pieces of wood in your inventory at all times. Otherwise, you can't set up the tent, right?
Well, that shouldn't be a
That's just-
problem. I think
That's
you'll
just
have...
the way it's set up. So now I've got 6 pieces of firewood, so I'll still have 4 left after I make my paper.
That's right.
Oh yeah, there was a vampire attack too while I was out wandering around here doing my stuff last night. Well, anyway, here we go. So we need this tanning rack here. And we'll make another piece of paper. Now, I'm not sure about this, what this is. But it only weighs 1 arbitrary weight unit, so I'm going to make it anyway just to see what happens.
Well, and then you'll still have your...
I don't know what it's for. You know, like I said, it's been a long time since I downloaded the camping mod, and I never really read the instructions like most people. So
Yeah,
I don't
well, you know.
so I don't know how to work the damn, half of the features in it probably.
Instructions are merely a suggestion.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So we'll head back up to our free sleeping space here anyway, because we'll sleep for the day, and that way we don't have to put up with all the debuffs from being exposed to the harmful rays of the sun.
Yep.
And then we'll be on our way north.
Divines bless you. May the ground
Yes.
you walk quake as you pass.
Yeah, kind of like you too. Okay. We'll head on over to our anvil over here. And we can make the spell tome Ignore Cold. So we'll do that. And then we will go over here and we'll find, oh, we got the letter from the Jarl of Falkreath. We'll read that too. And then, what else are we doing here? There it is, Ignore Cold, okay? And what that does is it's not a spell effect that you have to trigger or anything like that. It's a passive ability. So you have basically now, makes you almost immune to cold environments. Won't kill you, but still damages your body to some degree. Okay? Now I guess we'll go and have a sleep here for... Yeah, we'll sleep for 11 hours.
Just go to 24, man.
Why?
Because then you can just click no when it's the right time.
Well, I don't have to do anything when it's the right time now.
Yeah, but you had to do the math beforehand.
Well, there's not much math. I just went, I'd already decided I was going to sleep 11 hours, so I did.
Oh, the math.
Okay.
You don't have to think if you just go 24 hours and then cancel.
Oh.
I tried to get you to do this for the whole Oblivion playthrough, too.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? maybe you with your programmer's brain thinks like that, but
Hey, it's a math profession, technically. You know that, right?
yeah. But for me, it really doesn't seem like it's that terribly important. Anyway, we'll drink a stale blood potion here so that we're not so hungry. And then I guess we can be on our way, heading north.
Yes, as a programmer, you don't have to math well, because the computer will math for you.
That's right. It's a great
Heard
big,
they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
extremely expensive calculator.
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
That's how they started out.
Yeah. Hey, I can remember the very first pocket calculator I had was, I guess,
Everything all right?
probably, well, it would just fit in your pocket, but it was like an inch thick.
Yeah.
And it had LED lights for readout and hard click buttons. And it was a 4-function calculator. You had addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and that was it. And it used a 9-volt battery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that was very early in the days of consumer electronics. In fact, I can still remember lots of people that I knew had 8-track tape players.
Yeah.
And of course, the 8 tracks were the great big cartridges that you plugged in. And they did not necessarily continuously play the song, because if you reached the end of a track in the middle of the song, they'd fade the song out. And then you'd hear the heads click as it changed tracks. And then the song would fade back in the middle of it, right? So that was
ancient times.
Yeah, back then, real audio files you still used open reel tapes.
Yep.
Right. And there were open reel tape players, and some of them you could actually put really, like they'd have like 4-inch reels, I think, or maybe even 6-inch reels of tape, and you could put some like a lot of music on one of those tapes, like hours.
Yep. Well, now you can fit that in your pocket.
Yep. Yeah. Well, now it's all digital, and you can put it on a thumb drive, basically. And there are vehicles out there now that have USB ports built into the dashboard that are connected to the sound system, so you can just plug your, 40 gig hard or thumb
USB,
drive or whatever, USB drive, containing all the music in the world into your dashboard, and then you got, your entire music collection on one of those things, right?
Yep.
But yeah, like I remember when cassette tapes first came out too. Those were actually a thing for quite a few years. They lasted longer than 8 tracks did anyway. Because with cassette tapes, well, so long as you didn't overrun the storage capacity on the tape, well, then you didn't have the issue of songs being interrupted mid-song to change tracks and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
And eventually they got to the point where they had cassette tape technology that was good enough that you could actually make cassette tapes that sounded as good as the original recordings, on vinyl disc, right? In fact, I'm looking at my cassette tape player now.
It's sitting right there.
The last one that I bought, and it was a pretty high-end one in its day. The brand name is Nakamichi.
Yep.
And like Nakamichi was a very high-end, like you'd only be able to buy those in places like Herald Stereo and when they still existed and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Like basically specialty stereo shops. Because I used to like music quite a bit, and I had a very expensive stereo system for its day. you know, complete with a tube amplifier with a separate preamp section and you know, CD player and a turntable that was imported from Germany and has like a wooden body instead of molded plastic.
Yep. Well, and you also got these big ass speakers too.
Yeah, Boston Acoustics tower speakers. Yeah. However, none of it's been turned on for like 20 years. Because this thing actually had such high power output that even set at relatively low volumes, I wouldn't be able to play music with it without annoying the neighbors here.
Yep. Oh, well. Kind of a shame, but...
And also my wife. There's no point in having that when, you know, like... She sometimes complains if I have the TV too loud down here.
I remember one time you said that this thing could get loud enough you could make the windows shake.
Oh yeah, you could see the wind, like when I lived in my old place before I got married. The loudest I ever actually had this thing turned was about 1/3 volume. And that was enough to make the windows rattle, and you could actually physically see the window panes move.
Yep. Oh, good thing you didn't lose a window over it.
I don't think it would break the windows, but you could actually see them, like it actually created enough vibration inside. I lived in a mobile home, otherwise known as a trailer.
Yep.
And, you know, it was a big one. It was like a 14 wide by 70 foot long, so it was about 1,000 square feet or thereabouts.
Yep.
But still, in the living room there where I had the stereo set up, you know, those sliding trailer type windows, you could see them, you know, like rattle and shake when you turn the volume up loud enough. And which in that particular case was, like I said, I never turned it up past about 1/3 volume. Because it was plenty loud enough. Okay, where'd those guys go? They came running out of here.
They appeared and then they just were gone.
Well, oh, okay, they're way over. What are they chasing?
Someone that isn't you.
Yeah, like, aren't they supposed to be fighting with the guards here at this sort of ruined tower type fort deal?
Well, the guards definitely look like they're fighting with them.
Yeah. Oh, look, I just filled a black soul gem. Okay, well.
What a bizarre encounter.
Yeah, very strange.
Maybe it was a wolf or a fox or something else stupid like that.
Yeah, well, sometimes these guys, you know, like see something shiny and then they just go running off, right? Okay, a little bit of gold and a bolt, but not really too much else interesting here. So, we were having, I see you jumped into the comment discussion with the Sweater Vest Gamer who's watching our Oblivion series right now.
Yep, I did.
About the presence of the mysterious addition of high-level armor, right?
Yep. And I mean, I don't really care that the high-level armor just kind of spawns in out of thin air, but it does spawn in out of thin air. Nobody's going into an Oblivion Gate and closing it down or looting it in order to get high-level armor, okay? Those guys are all incompetent motherfuckers, and every time you bring one of them into one of those gates, they all die.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically become a babysitter.
That's right, yeah. Or you're always rescuing somebody or some other shit like that. No, nobody's looting these places. They just go there to die.
Yeah.
And that's why the hero of Kvatch is the hero of Kvatch, because the hero of Kvatch is the only person who can actually go in there and not die.
But it still does not explain where all these higher level suits of armor come from.
Thin air.
Yeah. But in a way though, I was just going to say that's one of the things that I kind of like better about Skyrim than Oblivion. Ooh, that's nice. I can learn that. Is that, you know, in Skyrim, when you're a beginning level character like we are here, Well, most of your bandits and stuff like that are going to be wearing leather armor or fur, or another favorite is studded.
Yeah.
Right? Which is in the creation kit, it's actually listed as medium hide armor. Right?
No, weird.
Yeah. Like this bandit here is wearing studded armor. Right? Which is basically like hide armor, except that it's got metal studs on it.
Yeah.
And actually, the scale armor in the creation kit is referred to as heavy hide armor.
I wonder why they didn't...
Basically, they're all hide armor. It's just that the basic hide armor doesn't have any metal reinforcement on it, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I wonder why they felt the need to make the distinctions instead of just calling it that, or whatever.
Well, because one is hide armor, which is basically just animal hides, and then the studded armor has some metal reinforcement on it, and the scale armor has a lot of metal reinforcement on it, right?
Sure, but they could have called it medium and heavy hide armor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's weird. Yeah, they're not consistent with their naming conventions.
Not at all.
Like for what they actually call the item within the I guess nuts and bolts of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas, as opposed to what the player sees, right? Anyway, as you can see, I have replaced Cicero.
Yep.
Mother, unmoving, at rest, but too still.
One of the reasons that I did that is because Cicero's voice in the vanilla game was enough to make me grind my teeth. Okay,
her corpse.
And actually, the voice actor that did this voice does it very well.
A new home, a new crypt, but wagon wheel, damnedest wagon wheel, it broke. Don't you see? Oh yes, yes. The kind stranger can most certainly help. Go to the farm, the Lorius farm, just over there, off the road. Talk to Lorius. He has tools. He can help me, but he won't. He refuses. Convince Lorius to fix my wheel. Do that, and poor Cicero will reward you with coin. Gleaming, shiny coin.
Okay, well, this is an easy way to make some money, so we might as well go and do this.
And holy shit, was your dog pushing into you during that cutscene?
Yeah, I know. I guess he's getting revenge for me pushing him around earlier, right?
Yeah.
We can pick some flowers here, too. And we'll go into Glorious Farm. Oh, look at that. Okay. It's a feeding opportunity, and I am hungry, actually, as it turns out. See, interestingly enough, it uses the bedroll feeding animation when they're actually in a bed, right?
Yep, yep. Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Okay, well, we'll talk to him. We don't want to feed while we're not sneaking, because then they'll wake up and go, vampire, and attack you, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll say the little person needs help.
That Cicero feller? Huh, tell me something I don't know. Crazy fool's already asked me about 5 times. Seems he's not satisfied with my answer. Why can't he just leave us alone?
Well...
Pay me? You think this is about money? Have you seen the man? He's completely out of his head. A jester here in Skyrim? Ain't been a merry man in these parts for 100 years. And he's transporting some giant box. Says it's a coffin, and he's going to bury his mother. Mother, my eye. You could have anything in there. War contraband, weapons, skooma. In no way I'm getting involved in any of that.
Okay. Please do the right thing.
Come here, telling me my business. And for what? To help a fool?
Okay, well, we'll see if we can persuade him.
Look,
It's a pretty easy persuasion check. I don't recall ever failing this persuasion check, ever.
He needs help. I turned him away. What
So-
kind of a man am I, huh? Look, thanks. And I'm sorry for my unneighborly reaction. If you talk to Cicero,
You be sure to
But
tell them I'll be
yeah,
back
Cicero
soon.
gives you a disproportionately large amount of gold for doing this simple task, right? So it's worth doing. Oh, and you can come over here and, you know, pick all
Steal
of his,
all his crops, yeah.
yeah, well, only the wheat. That's all I'm interested in. This other stuff would be good if I wasn't a vampire, but food items don't have any effect. And, of course, one of the most useful items for someone like you, for example, that likes to use power attacks and that kind of thing, if you get tomatoes, cabbages, leeks, and potatoes, well, then you can make vegetable soup. Blech. And vegetable soup causes you to regenerate 1 point of stamina per second.
That it does.
And it lasts for quite a while, too, like 720 seconds or something.
But it's vegetables.
But for all intents and purposes, it gives you unlimited power attacks.
Yep.
Right? Because you can make a power attack so long as you have at least 1 point of stamina left, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Just one of those interesting little quirks of the game.
Oh, poor mother. Her new home seems so very far. You did? He has? Oh, stranger, you have made Cicero so happy, so jubilant and ecstatic. But more, even more, my mother thanks you. Here, for your troubles. Shiny, blinky gold. A few coins for a kind deed. And thank you again.
There. And I think the amount you get varies, depending on what level you are when you do this. But still, 400 gold pieces for, 3 minutes work is pretty good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, missed that one there. Oh, I hear some wolves.
But yeah, speaking of the power attack thing, usually I end up carrying around all the liquor in all of Skyrim in my inventory. And just like power attacking, drinking some liquor, power attacking, drinking some liquor, power attacking.
Yeah. Well, vegetable soup would be helpful too. Uh-oh.
All good warriors have permanent alcohol poisoning.
Oh, look at that. I got both arrows back that time.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Now what?
More unfriendly.
It appears there's more of them. Okay, well, let's do this. This is actually a very effective thing that comes with the, vampirism ability.
Although, given that they're snow wolves, they're a little resistant to it.
They're a little resistant to it, yeah. But, that's okay. That one's particularly persistent, so... I found that, this particular way of fighting is more effective against really aggressive, and persistent melee-type enemies like animals, wolves, that kind of thing, right?
The spellcasting, you mean?
The spell casting thing. Well, see, this is an ability that you can spend a skill point on in Better Vampires, and you can get this Vampire Frost Cloud, right?
Yep.
And of course, you get the Vampire Drain as well. Or for being a vampire, that's nothing new to anybody. Right. But what you do is you hit them with the frost cloud as they rush toward you, and they'll start leeching, like losing health every second for a few seconds, and then once they get close enough, you can hit them with the vampire drain, right?
Yep.
And in the Better Vampires mod, of course, the vampire drain is somewhat more powerful than the
vanilla game.
Vanilla game. Okay. Well, I'm going to set up my tent here. because this way I can, you know, like dump some of my stuff off inside the tent, right? Because, see the firewood that I dropped there a while ago?
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's still there. So that would lead me to believe that I can probably drop a bunch of this other stuff off in there, and it'll probably be quite safe in there until I figure out someplace else to put it.
Or at least until you run into your next cloud storage chest and decide you want to dump it all in there.
Yeah.
So you've picked up a lot of shit in the short period of time that you've been around.
Yep. Well, I didn't drop anything off in Whiterun because obviously I didn't have any place to drop something on Whiterun. So anyway, we'll pack up the camp again. And of course we have to pick up our wood again, like our firewood.
Yep.
And we can be on our way. So it looks like so far the ignore cold thing is working out. Am I going the right way? Going backwards. I'm going backwards.
I don't know how you can tell with the way these roads, like, wind around.
Well, that's why I went the wrong way for a brief period of time, right?
This is why I don't use roads, because none of the roads in these games make any fucking sense whatsoever. I just go straight to the destination.
Yeah, but see, there's no quest marker to tell me where the destination is here, so I basically have to go more or less toward Winterhold and then try and find my way from there, right?
You could just beeline it there. You'd be fine.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to pick all these flowers. Okay. More wolves.
Problem solved.
Yeah. And also with the Better Vampires mod, he's tied the Vampire Drain and other vampire related spells into the destruction tree too, so that you actually gain destruction skill by using your Vampire Drain and stuff like that. Just little things like that that maybe the game designers should have already put in it.
Yep.
And really, I mean, it's been very many years since I have played this game vanilla. Because I did play through it vanilla a couple of times before I started, you know, modding it. And I can tell you that the vampire experience, they really just kind of phoned that in, right?
Yeah, especially even compared to Oblivion.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the Oblivion vampire experience has more features and more abilities and skills than the Skyrim version does, for sure. Oh, I think I just got the dog, too.
That's a tough one. Oh.
Okay, let's see if I've got some
Magica potions?
Magica potions handy. Might as well use them if I'm going to carry them around, right? Hey, come back here.
Well, better that than having to deal with the wolf, because that was a feral one too. They're tougher than normal.
Yep.
I can't remember if that's a immersive creatures thing or not, this spawn.
Yeah. Actually, I think ice wolves exist in the vanilla game, but snow wolves and other wolf variants
Yeah, they're immersive creatures ones.
are immersive creatures. Right. Oh, I guess Miko must have chased down the... Okay, so I think there's a pass here. We have the option of following this pass if we want to. Or we could continue on to where the official road type place is, right?
You're gonna go on the pass?
Well, it's here, so sure, why not? As you can see now, I'm finally started to suffer a little bit of cold damage.
Yep.
If you look at my health bar there, you can see that, oh, maybe I took a bit of, I don't know, the pass is still up ahead here. I've, you know, started to feel the effects of cold due to very prolonged exposure, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I must have missed the turn here, but it's not too far out of the way. Uh-oh. Oh.
You done fucked up.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll just get, Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, we'll just jump up here. And that thing just went invisible. Oh, I know what I can do here. Yeah.
Yeah, and in an iron dagger. Because that's a warhammer.
Yeah.
Some kind.
If I've got enough magicka to cast that right now. Okay.
Yeah, I might as well use another restore magic potion.
Yeah, I'm not exactly very proficient with illusion type magic, but
Nice.
now I got your warhammer and you have that dagger. Except now I'm carrying too much again.
Ah,
I'm
well.
going to have to drop something here. We'll drop... What are we going to drop?
Maybe not a weapon.
We'll drop the pickaxe, right? We're 17 over. Wow. Elven warhammers are really heavy. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Well. We'll,
How about you drop,
we'll drop the firewood for now. Right? So that puts us back down to within reason. And we'll see how well this warhammer works.
Still deadly with the iron dagger there, though.
Well, hurt me a little bit, but not very much. I'll take my iron dagger back now. Oh, and she's got some magic armor, so we're going to have to look at the feet here.
Foot looting.
Yeah.
Foot looting is a thing in this game. See, we're just giving all the foot fetishists out there their due.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. We'll take the vampire dust and we'll take the...
And now you're carrying too much to run.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to put the tent up again here and get rid of some stuff. Oh, except that I can't because I dropped my firewood. Okay, where did that go?
Well, it should be on the other side of this rock face.
Okay.
Who the hell knows where it would be, though? I don't know if it fell down the rock face. You might have to walk up to the nearest tree.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to find my...
Or you could drop the warhammer.
Well,
oh,
yeah,
no, you're only barely over.
I'm barely over, so I could probably drop...
Eat some alchemy ingredients. Drink a potion. Drop a wolf pelt.
We'll
There you
drop a
go.
wolf pelt. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're...
I think my firewood is probably gone now.
It's forfeit to the environment now.
Yeah, but that's okay. So anyway, as you can see, we got to demonstrate the sleight of hand spell. And it actually worked pretty well.
Yep. Yeah, damn cold.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to get cold, but, oh. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's okay. These guys are that determined, we'll do this.
Wow, you know what? The vampire drain really is stronger.
Yep. There. That's enough of you.
And then you get lunchtime.
Okay, well, he didn't have anything too interesting. How about you? Bandit Chief.
Might have something good at least.
Yeah, except that I can't carry anymore. Right? Well, I could take this and maybe we'll switch something else back.
Nope.
Well, I'm over by 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I hadn't dropped my firewood.
Well, the axe isn't really all that significant of an item anyways, that particular enchantment.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to leave it there.
Yeah, and then you just need to go find a tree or something. You'll have to make a point of making that. Because I think you said with your... You can just hit a tree and get some wood out of it.
Yeah, I know. There doesn't seem to be very many trees up here, though. Okay. Well, he's got a potion of minor magicka, so I guess we'll take that. But anyway, sort of lost the thread of what we were discussing about armor and that kind of thing. But one of the things I was saying that I kind of like better about Skyrim is the fact that even, you know, at level 12 or at level 40, most bandits still wear the same... Oh crap, these are not bandits. Most bandits wear pretty much the same armor and that kind of stuff. Oh. Okay, that could be bad too.
Yeah, that's gonna kill you, probably.
Anyway, as I was saying, most bandits wear the same type of armor and stuff like that, whether you're at level 12 or at level 20.
Yep.
And, you know, so, you know, there's all the leather and the studded and all that kind of stuff doesn't just disappear, right?
Yeah. It's only the chiefs that tend to have the best armor.
Yeah, it's basically the leader types will start showing up with steel plate armor and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and I guess, you know, that you could signify and justify that as, like, they're a successful bandit, right?
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, one of the things that they did in order to, you know, make that possible, of course, is that they basically gave everybody boatloads of health, right? You know, I think that I might have been better off. Taking the road.
No, I think you're fine. You're fine.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to take that because I can't carry anymore. Now we're avoiding the vampires because they're extremely dangerous. Okay.
Well, and who knows, maybe you'll find a tree out here somewhere.
Ha! It doesn't seem likely, though.
Doesn't
does it?
seem likely, no, but
I don't see very many trees.
there'll be that one straggler. You just gotta cross your fingers and hope.
Yeah. Well, or we'll find a way to get back to...
Oh.
And it's never like one wolf, right?
Yeah, it's always like a whole bunch of them.
Well, let's do this. Oh, that one, you got him already. Okay. Oh.
Nope.
I hate that. Why doesn't it keep this in kind of memory, you know?
Yeah, that's a weird bug.
If I unequip the sword, then why doesn't it just re-equip the thing that I had last cast?
It would be convenient. But oh well. I guess not a bug then, just a bad quirk.
Yeah. Oh, I'll grab that. I'm going to try out that fire pit thing. Because remember I made that?
Yep.
Yeah, let's try that out. Wonder if I can. Yeah, place fire pit. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that's what that does. And you know what? I don't need that in order to start a campfire. If I had sufficient... Oh, okay. It's a cooking thing too, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's what that is. So I guess if I had sufficient firewood to start a fire, I could cook things. This is like a portable cooking station.
But it would probably also warm you up.
Probably, yeah.
If only you had some wood.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, that was all very interesting. And I guess at the end of the day, you could say we learned something. Okay, that looks like some kind of dwarven ruin over there. So I never thought to, yeah, see, my warmth rating now is 271, which is why I have eventually started to feel the effects of the cold, because this is an extremely cold environment.
Yep.
So it doesn't make you completely immune, but you can stand the exposure for much longer, right?
Do you have the spell active right now?
Yep. Oh yeah, if I didn't, I'd be almost frozen to death by now. What do we got here? Oh, it's Sarthal. Okay, well. I guess we can at least make our way to the town from here. And then we can at least drop off some of our junk and warm up a little bit and that kind of thing, right? now what? Oh,
More wolves.
more wolves. Well, I think that the wolf population definitely needs to be thinned down a little. Oh, an ice wraith too. Okay, well.
Well, your summon will take care of it.
Yeah.
And you're still not over encumbered yet.
No, not yet. Okay. Because we definitely could use a little bit of warming up. By now. I'm also tired now, too.
See, it's the damn Warhammer.
Yeah.
The Warhammer will be the death of you.
Yeah, well, what can you do? Who are these guys? And why are they unfriendly? What did I do to you? Okay. Oh.
Need a little bit more.
Need a little bit more. Oh, I guess I didn't need a little bit more.
I guess it lasts for a couple seconds after you stop.
Yeah. Funny, I wonder why those guys attacked me. I didn't do anything to provoke them.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Well, mostly these guys don't really carry much of anything, except maybe a couple of pieces of gold or something.
Yeah, their equipment is usually pretty junk.
That guy doesn't even have any. But that's okay. We'll eat him anyway. As you can see, I'm moving very slowly now.
Yeah, well, you're drained and you're also colder than shit.
Yeah. But we're almost to town now, so we'll be fine. Nope, not gonna do that.
Picks berries.
Picks snowberries, gets weighed down.
Yep.
But yeah, like totally, I think I would have already died from the cold by now.
Yep.
Like long since. So I think it's working.
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go in this god's forsaken town?
Okay, I guess it was just those storm cloaks that were unfriendly. So here we are in Winterhold. And, again, we've got some stuff here from my, Skyrim is my player home mod.
Yep.
So I placed a smelter here in the street, and I got an anvil, although at the time in the creation kit I couldn't see this snowberry bush. But that's okay. We're starting to warm up a bit now. Just from hanging around next to the smelter. Okay. Wow, okay. Oh, now I can't move at all? That's something else that was introduced in the survival mode too, I think. So we'll just
You'll have to dump your shit off in cloud storage.
dump a whole bunch of stuff off in cloud storage here. Oh, I forgot to drop that off too. I guess we could have done that. And, well, what else can we do here? There isn't
Dump
really...
everything you're not using.
We're going to dump everything that we're not using. We might use that, though. We'll hang on to that. And you know what? I'm not using this right now, so we're going to put that away, too. Okay. Dump that. You know what? I'm going to dump that, too, for now. And those.
All your joints and shit.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of alchemy ingredients too, but we're not going to do any alchemy right now. We're just going to drop all this stuff off. And we can drop off that, and this, that, and that, that. Okay. So we're back to kind of a more normal level of encumbrance here. Now, I need to go over to
don't forget to take the stuff you put in the storage.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I've got to go over to the wood chopping block here first and chop some wood.
So that you can actually
so that
set
I
up
can
your
actually
camp.
set up my camp again, right? I put this wood chopping block in here, too, because Winterhold is one of those oddball towns where, you know, like you see piles of firewood stacked everywhere, but you don't actually have a chopping block anywhere that you can chop wood on.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
So I put this in here. It fit just nicely right here at the inn steps, right next to that pile of firewood that was already sitting there, which kind of makes sense.
Hey, you mix potions, right? Can you brew me an ale?
Okay, so now we just need to find a little bit of an out-of-the-way spot with enough space to set my tent up. Here will probably work all right. Then we'll go inside. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that firewood there.
Yeah, you were keeping that in here because of...
And I've got some extra pieces of firewood now. Because the 3 firewood here are not the same 3 firewood that I used to set the camp up with, right?
Yep.
So I'll store the firewood in the sack there, and if after a long time into the playthrough it's still there, then I'll actually be able to maybe trust this as a you know, safe storage space, right? You know what? I'm going to leave the tent pitched right there because after I'm done conducting my business here in town, I think I'm going to actually sleep in there. But we'll get rid of our excess junk that we had stored in there first. And you know what? I should maybe look at the idea of... Yeah, that many. And let's see if we've got any iron bits here. Grab about half a dozen of those.
Looking to build something?
Well, I noticed that I'm running a little bit low on lockpicks. So I think what I'm going to do... Oh, I picked up some fur armor. Oh no, that's my fur armor.
Yeah, that's your fur armor. Don't do that.
That would be embarrassing. Okay. I'm pretty sure I don't have a loose set of fur armor in my inventory here.
I don't think you do, no.
No, I don't, so it's a good thing I didn't do that. Anyway, did I make all that? Yeah, I made all that into leather strips now. Okay. So now we'll make use of the anvil here, and we'll make some lockpicks. There. I try not to carry too many because in survival mode, actually lockpicks have weight too. And so if you're carrying like 300 lockpicks, well, you're actually carrying a fairly substantial amount of weight, right?
Yep, yep.
So, you know, like about this many, you should be able to pick, you know, any hard or like master level lock without running out of lockpicks if you have had any practice at picking locks at all.
God, you don't want to know how bad I am at lockpicking in this game. All I do is long for the Oblivion system over and over and over.
You know what? Lockpicking in this game is actually not all that hard.
Oh, I hate it.
The secret is to use a light touch.
I absolutely hate the lockpicking in this game because it's such a guessing game.
Okay, so we're going to see if we can... Okay, so Valder's Lucky Dagger is actually not a magical item. It's just a special item that has a special effect, I guess. Okay. So now we'll go into the store here and see if I can sell anything to Berna. And there's also a book here. This is another one of Deserter X's armor sets.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yep.
It has a big cape and all that kind of stuff if you want to wear it. So we'll talk to Berna for a
just
minute.
about anything if it's worth my time. Keep
Well, what do you got for sale?
ends, that sort of thing.
What do I have for sale? I don't really have a lot for sale. Oh. Yeah, it looks like
Not really much of anything unless you're willing to part with some poisons.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you're a big poison fan.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're here for sightseeing, well,
Speaking of poisons, we'll drop off these.
then you've
Because
seen
someday I
sights.
will make some
Might as well
Jaren root,
let someone walk.
then make some Jaren root based poisons, because the results are impressive.
I like how while you're just walking to the store from this fucking tent, you managed to pick up 3 fucking flowers.
Well, I am nothing if not efficient. Okay. So we will sleep the day away here. And then we'll start our search.
All right.
How are we doing for time anyway?
We are 8 minutes past the hour.
Okay. Well, we can keep on for a little while longer here. Wow, look at that. I gained a couple of levels just doing this, too. Okay. I don't have any skill at smithing yet. Wow. I've been spending all of my perks on archery by the looks of it.
Yep.
And it looks like I've pretty much spent all the perks on archery that I can spend for the time being. Because I don't have enough skill to buy any more perks in that tree.
Well, maybe you can work on your light armor for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I can give myself a little bit of a boost to armor from my light armor. And what else can I do here? I've spent 1 perk on each of these, and I can't spend any more until I improve them.
Is there a magic school that you had in mind, maybe?
Well, maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a perk on Conjuration, because I do have that Wraith Conjure Avenging Wraith spell.
Yep.
Which is actually a fairly good spell to conjure a little helper. And if it costs a little bit less to conjure it, well, then that'll be helpful. So I guess now we'll exit the tent. And as you can see, you know, like my carry weight is not that bad right now.
Yep.
But once we tear down the camp, well,
the tent weighs quite a lot.
Yeah, exactly. The tent weighs quite a lot. So we'll pack up camp. The tent and the firewood, because you have to carry 3 units of firewood with you in order to be able to set up the tent, right?
Yep.
I guess we'll have ourselves another stale blood potion. So we could go up into the college, but not going to bother with that right now, because we're you know, going to see if we can find this thing. And the instructions were to search along the coastline, and I believe it said west of Winterhold, right?
Well, you have a better memory of I in that regard. I would have to reread the instructions again.
Well, we will. Hey, there's no more there to mind. Just never mind.
Don't you love getting stuck in that weird buggy animation?
Sometimes if you work the analog stick a little bit too soon,
you can get stuck like that. Yeah,
you can get stuck like that, and it doesn't really. I don't know why it would do that on a depleted ore vein, but particularly when you're using the wood chopping block, sometimes you can end up chopping another 6 pieces of wood, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, instructions. Okay. It says, I'll look along the shores west of the city, right? Ice burrows outside of Winterhold. So we need to look along the shores on the west side of the city to see if we can find something.
Well, those instructions seem simple enough.
No, huskies. Okay.
Don't you just love these things?
Actually, no, I hate them. They're a pain. Actually, what got me worked on this entire, like got me started on this entire oh my god, what's that? An army of Reeklings. Okay. It's time to retreat.
Yeah, or else you'll get speared.
Anyway, like I said, what got me going on this mod for anti-cold to begin with is that there was a bunch of huskies that had spawned under the bridge at Windhelm. And it was really pissing me off because every time that I crossed that bridge and went into town, for some reason they would stay aware of me, right? And then I'd go to use a crafting station or something. Whoa. And it would tell me that I am not allowed to use the crafting station while I'm in combat. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not in combat. Okay. Wow. You know what? There's a lot of little spear chucking so-and-sos out here, too. We'll just, Okay, so you'll notice now that I can swim around in the water here, and it appears to have no effect at all.
Yep.
Right? Whereas if I did not have that mod, well, I'd already nearly be dead by now. Right? Just from this relatively short exposure. But now I need to find some place where I can get up on the shore so I can shoot back at these guys or something.
Or at the very least, so that you can get rid of, or get away from them and sneak.
Okay, well, I can see them now, at least. There, see, now I'm a little bit chilly, but I'm okay. We'll just wait till they settle down a little bit.
Yo, it looks like they're about to lose track of you anyways.
Yeah. Okay, I could try this from here maybe.
Thinking it might be easier to hit them?
Well, it might be easier to try and hit them.
Oh, they know where you are now again. Yeah, it's like you're not covered by that rock, buddy. You're just standing next to it.
Yeah, well, you know, at least you can understand how these things might actually be smart enough to take evasive action. But, you know, the thing that's really annoys me is when
wolves
you know,
and
like
bears.
Wolves and bears and spiders and things like that are smart enough to do that. Must have taken out all the missile enemies now. Okay. Wow, have you ever got a lot of spear sticking out of you?
Yeah, your dog's looking like a pincushion.
Yeah.
Perfectly healthy, normal dog.
Okay, where's the rest of them now?
It looks like there's two more on the ground and then probably those mounted ones that you saw from earlier. Wherever they ended up at. That sounded close.
Yep. All right. We'll just stay near the shore here.
It's amazing how hard it is to hit them.
Yeah, well, you know what? If they can dodge arrows, they can probably dodge these things too, right?
Yep.
Without too much trouble. But that's okay. We can rinse and repeat. If this little guy's gonna go stand by those rocks over there, well...
Yep. It's a thing, standing by those rocks.
Bye-bye to you.
Hey buddy, the rocks are freed up. Why don't you go stand by them?
Yeah. Okay, can I cast one of these things now? Do that. Then we'll head back into the water again. Okay, don't have enough to cast one of those again. can. And this one will be considerably tougher because it will have 150% of the stats of the last thing that killed it.
Which I think was the Reekling Rider there.
Yeah, so that means that as long as it doesn't get in my way, get shot by me.
It's in the way again.
Yeah. Okay, looks like he took him out. See, sometimes if you do that quick thing like this, it remembers, right?
So it is a bug after all.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we'll go stand over there and we'll let our... Looks like there's only one left now. So anyway, people may notice that I don't go for the godlike cheats and stuff like that. Like I don't have the armor of impenetrability or the sword of, you know, kill everything with one blow or anything like that. I do tend to play tactically though and try and use the environment in my favor and take advantage of some of the weaknesses of the AI, right?
Well, especially how they'll run and try to take cover when you have a ranged weapon out and you can't be accessible, right? And also, too, you can climb rocks and other things, and they can't.
Yeah. What is that one doing up there?
Must be stuck.
Yeah, or maybe it's just not smart enough to path its way back down to me.
Well, maybe just be wary, because if you walk up there and change his pathing, he might get unstuck too, right?
Yeah, well, if he's gone now, then we'll not worry too much about it. So as you can see from all that swimming around and stuff, I am now starting to suffer the effects of cold a little bit.
Yep.
But I did spend a considerable amount of time in the water, right?
And you didn't die.
And I didn't die, and I think maybe now it's time to remove some projectiles here because poor old Miko is looking like a Miko pincushion. And the interesting thing is when you remove projectiles like that, it actually you know, removes them from your allies as well, right? Although you don't get to recover them. Anyway, we should find someplace suitable to set up our tent here. Uh-oh. Oh, I just pissed off a horker. Okay.
Now every single horker in the area is going to slowly crawl after you.
Yeah. Oh, hit the rock.
You know, it's that famous Bethesda collision detection, best in the biz.
Yeah, when you're looking in first person like this and you aim down a slope and end up hitting the edge of the cliff at your feet, right? You know, like, as far as I'm concerned, there should be no obstacle to path between where the arrow is in the bow and the crosshair where I'm aiming, right? Because arrows don't actually come out of your feet when you shoot them. Well, oh wow, look at that. These guys carry gemstones.
Nice.
And get some of my arrows back, at least. Yeah, it just goes to show you almost everything in Skyrim wants to kick my ass. I wonder if that... Oh no, it's another horker. Okay.
Like I said, you pissed off every single horker in the area.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that we've killed all the horkers, we should be able to And actually, you know what? If you're playing survival and you're not a vampire and food actually matters, Horker meat cooked is extremely nutritious, right?
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to set up our tent here. Because I am pretty cold now. And we'll go inside the tent and warm up. And maybe this is where we should leave this episode, because I don't think we're going to actually manage to find that place in this episode.
All right.
Oh, I need some more firewood. So maybe that's a good idea too, why you want to store the firewood in the bag.
Because you'll always have it when you come in here.
Because that way when you want to start a campfire inside your tent, not sure where the smoke goes, but okay.
Maybe a smoke hole in the top or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't see one. Well, okay. Yeah, I guess that's what that is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll warm up a little bit, and I guess we'll come back in the next episode and continue our search for the ice caves.
Alrighty.
So until then,
I'm RecV5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.